We've got a Week 8 showdown in the Windy City with two teams that drafted their quarterbacks of the future back in April. It's the 49ers and the Bears, and it's headed your way on Madden NFL 22.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22. Come on, man. On first down, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Now Lance again.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Robert Quinn, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. On first down, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. 2nd and 14.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields under pressure again, and down he goes again. Odafe Owe in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. Touchdown, Bears! Darnell Mooney, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses. But just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. They'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Let's go. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now a run with Sermon. Sermon with space, a 1st down, and then some. And finally brought down at the 43. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 1st downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the 1st down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2 is bringing the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take him downfield, you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. It's complete to Robinson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think it'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And this one is incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Niners set to take over on offense. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Lance now on 1st down. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, there's so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball,
they've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 23.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Matt Nagy has made the decision. They're going to go for it here. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Below Nichols. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. On the handoff, Sermon. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz it? Do I need to pressure it? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down. And Lance now to throw. That's into the hands of Dwelly. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Lance looks to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He'll find Bateman once more. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Being chased and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bears going to take over now late in this 1st half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Fields on first down. That's complete to Mooney.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Grant.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Brought in over the middle by Grant. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Again, Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That's what I'm talking about.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A final shot before half for Lance.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we're at, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Yeah, this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now a run with Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Shreds the tackle. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Chicago! David Montgomery, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State. And he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The return man, Wilson.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Working from the gun, Lance. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Here's Lance to throw it. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On first down, it's Fields. Man open is Robinson. 30, 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Sermon, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9. Lance looking to throw it. Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Sermon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 67 yards on the ground for him so far. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful to get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. A first down and then some for Montgomery. And he gets this one down to the 24. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
To throw is Fields.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Fields completes a Mooney on the slant. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He just got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Santos' kick is up and through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Throwing now is Lance. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he'll be out right at the 35. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From just shy of midfield, Fields. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now it's Fields.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Now Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Odafe Owe able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They run. Here's Sermon.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Flush to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Off of play action, here's Lance.
Rolling to his right. This will be caught at Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 25 yards that time.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
A gain of 6 there on first. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, Montgomery, even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here's Fields.
It's complete to Robinson.
And he will have the Bears first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling. Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were spurred on.